Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 7. Today we will present our project about the middle of the presentation. Before that, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Rafika Salsabila Zaman.
My name is Muhammad Lutfi Fahrezi.
My name is Charles Daniel.
My name is Salma Fazlia.
My name is Rizky Akbar Maulana.
Okay, the first is holding the audience attention. To hold the audience attention, there are several ways. The first is involve the audience early. Attention can be won or lost during the first 5 minutes of your presentation. Answer questions and interact with the crowd to engage with them early. Try interactive activities like polling to get them involved, and ask the audience question using a show of hands or even tools like polls everywhere to get their response anonymously. By engaging the audience early in your presentation, you can tap into their interests and bring them together. The second is try to fit into their world. Share something your audience can relate to. Discuss a topic or mention your product in a way that resonates with their pain points. The third is know your presentation well. Memorize the first few minutes of any presentation you do. Get your timing, inflection points, expressions, and tone down so you come across as an expert. And the last way is own the stage. Confidence is key if you expect anyone to listen to your presentation. In addition to practicing your presentation on the stage by ending your speech with attention-grabbing statement. You can use any of these phrases as a conclusion to your presentation. They give your audience something to think about and help them reflect on the most important points you're present.
Okay, next, listing information. Listing information in a presentation refers to the way of presenting data or information in a structured and easy to understand format. Here are some important points related to listing information in a presentation. First, clear structure. Information is usually arranged in the form of a list, bullet points, or table. 2. Focus on the main points. Choose the most relevant and interesting information. 3. Use of visual elements such as graphs or icon to support the information presented. This makes the presentation more interesting and easier to understand. 4. Logical order. Arrange the information logically, whether by priority, category, or chronological order, so that the audience can follow the flow of the presentation easily. And the last one, simple and concise. Use short and clear sentence interactivity. If possible, invite the audience to interact with the information presented.
Next, how to sequence your presentation. First, chronological sequence. In a chronological sequence, items are ordered according to the date or time they occurred. Two, step-by-step sequence. In a step-by-step sequence, items are organized according to their order within a process. Three, spatial sequence. The most common type of spatial sequence in presentation are those which organize items by geography. Four, paired sequence. Paired sequence are short, only two items, but are quite common due to our propensity to compare and contrast. Five, topical sequence. When all else fails, you can usually apply topical sequence. Six, perspective-based sequence. A perspective-based sequence is a little like a topical sequence turned inside out. Instead of looking at different aspects of the main issue, a perspective-based sequence involves investigating some entity through a series of different lenses.
D. Structure. 1. Greet the audience and introduce yourself. Before you start delivering your talk, introduce yourself to the audience and clarify who you are and your relevant expertise. This doesn't need to be long or incredible detail, but will help build an immediate relationship between you and the audience. It gives you the chance to briefly clarify your expertise and why you are worth listening to. 2. Introduction. In the introduction, you need to explain the subject and purpose of your presentation, whilst gaining the audience interest and confidence. It's sometimes helpful to think of your introduction as funnel shape to help filter down your topic. A. Introduce your general topic. B. Explain your topic area. C. States the issues or challenge in this area you will be exploring. D. State your presentation purpose. This is the basis of your presentation, so ensure that you provide a statement explaining how the topic will be treated. For example, I will argue that, or maybe you will compare, analyze, evaluate, describe, at etc. E. Provide a statement of what you are hoping the outcome of the presentation will be. For example, I'm hoping this will be provide you with blah 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 blah. F. Show a preview of the organization of your presentation. 3. The main body of your talk. The main body of your talk needs to meet the promise you made in the introduction. Depending on the nature of your presentation, clearly segment the different topic you will be discussing and then work your way through them on at a time. It's important for everything to be organized logically for the audience to fully understand. There are many different ways to organize your main point, such as by priority, theme, chronologic, etc. 4. Conclusion. Be sure to summarize your main point and their implication. This clarifies the overall purpose of your talk and reinforce your reason for being there. Follow these steps. A. Signal that it's nearly end of your presentation. For example, as we wrap up or as we wind down to the talk. B. Restate the topic and purpose of your presentation. In this speech, I want to compare. C. Summarize the main point, including their implication on conclusion. D. Indicate what is next or a call to action or a thought-provoking takeaway. E. Move on to the last session. 5. Thank the audience and invite question. Conclude your talk by thanking the audience for their time and invite them to ask any question they may have.
Okay, next is linking ideas. Linking ideas in a presentation refers to connecting points or concept so that the audience can see the connection between the ideas. 1. smooth transition. Use transitional sentence to connect one point to the next. For example, now that we have covered that, we will see how this relates to blah, blah, blah. Number 2 is referencing back. Often referring back to a previous point can help reinforce an idea and show the connection between pieces of information. Number three, creating a consistent theme. Make sure all of the points you make relate to the main theme of your presentation. This helps your audience understand context and relevance. Number 4, using visual. Graphic or diagram that show the relationship between ideas can make connections clearer. Number 5, example and analogies. Using relevant example or analogies can help explain how one idea relates to another. Number 6 is Q&A. Encouraging your audience to ask questions about the relationship between ideas can help clarify and reinforce existing connection. By efficiently connecting ideas, your presentation becomes more cohesive and understandable, allowing your audience to follow your train of thought better.
Okay, so that's all from us. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.